There we go. Okay, welcome to the training tonight. We're going to jump straight into it. I'm going to share this screen over here. Okay, there we go. That's she. Okay, so this is a typical one for me business page. This is quite a busy one. This is the default one for me business page. Okay, so we've got a couple. Tell me something quickly, Colette. What network marketing company are you with? Most probably Livegood. And then is that the same? Is that the same with you, Charmaine? You also with Livegood, both
Yeah,
of you.
that's correct, Neil.
Okay, fantastic. So then we're going to focus on Livegood tonight, and we're going to get your pages set up with regards to your Livegood network marketing company. Okay, so if you have a look at, fantastic, thanks, Colette. If you have a look at the business page, you will see right at the bottom of every business page is a join one for me button. So, Charmaine, you've already done this. You've already registered. You have your username and everything. Colette, I don't think you have done this because when I went to go search the database now for your name, I couldn't see anything with Colette Liberty. So, I'm not sure if you've gone through this process. But if you go to the welcome page, you click on the Get Started Now button. And then you can put in your username there. So if I put in Shams B, you will see that it says that it's already taken. That is your username, Charmaine. That is yours. That the system is picking up there. But if I go and I say
Okay.
any other one, if I like, for example, go and I don't know, Colette, if you want to say it's one L, Colette L or whatever, so you can do any. You can even go Colette Liberty. I'm just going on the name that I see here on this chat tonight. But you can choose absolutely anything for your username. And the system will check if your username is available and you can just punch it in, register now, and then you just go through the next phase. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go log in. Once you log in, then you will see this back end over here. So then basically, Colette, you will be where Charmaine is right now because all Charmaine basically did was if I go and I put in there Shams B, you will see, Charmaine, that there is nothing for your username set up here. Okay, so your page is default blank. It is default settings. Okay. So then what you will do is you will go through this setting over here, business page setup, and you will work through that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just go through that and I'm going to show you how to do that. So it goes through all of these settings over here. The first few settings is basically just got to do with your business page itself. The next couple of settings has got to do with your brand. And this is very important to me is that when you're in network marketing, you learn that you are your brand and you basically need to recognize what it is that your brand is. What is it that you have uniquely that you can offer everybody? Because people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And only your brand can develop those three things. You can get people to know you, you can get people to like you, and then you can get people to trust you through your brand. And it is so important to recognize what your brand is. What do I have to offer the world? And that is why I have put that in so that you can go and start putting all of those information into the system so that the system can use your brand so that it can create unique interactions between you and your social media platforms. So if you click start, it'll start on your profile picture. There you just choose anything that you can put in your profile picture. I'll recommend put an image of yourself in because you are your brand. Maybe go and get a nice picture of you taken. Set it up a little bit, with some or other photo editor or whatever if you need to or whatever. give yourself a clear background or just a nice or whatever, go and play around with it a little bit. Then you will go over and just double check that your cell phone number is correct. What is very, very important is to make sure that the country code is in, because this is how WhatsApp recognizes numbers and it knows who to send and where it needs to go. Then put in your social media addresses. It is very important that you put in the entire address and not just your username. Okay? So when you add your social media pages, always remember to put in the entire address. You can just copy and you can paste it into here, wherever you have any social media accounts. Then the next one is your color. You can basically go and you can tell the system what your most favorite color is and what would you like your tone to be, because the entire system is linked to AI. So I can, for example, go and say my favorite, now I can't spell tonight, my favorite color is teal and I would like a professional appearance. So then I can go and I can say, ask AI to suggest colors. AI will then come back and it will then suggest those colors. It says teal is a sophisticated and calming color, perfect for a professional appearance. White and black complement teal well for a clean and classic look. If I save that, then you've got your preview button at the top there. If you click on the preview button, you will see that it has basically changed the colors to whatever you have saved it now. So let me go through that. The background is my teal color. My bio text is white and my link text is black. So if you go and have a look, there's your bio over there. That's white. And all my link buttons are black. Do you see that? So that basically will set up your colors for you on your page. If there's anything specific that you want to change, you can change it on the next page. So let's say, for example, I want my bio to also be black. Change that, save it, go and preview it. Now you can see that my bio is also black. So that is a very teal and black page. I can maybe go and change it a little bit later, but that is just to show you how to change those colors and make the page feel like yours. Okay. It is awesome that you can go and ask AI to suggest colors depending on what your favorite is and what the tone of your brand you want to express. Then you go and I've taken out a couple of questions that are very important for the system to ask you so that you can learn how to develop your brand. Because you can get into the nitty-gritty and you can get very technical with regards to how to set up your brand, how to build your brand. But just to get started, I have taken like the most important questions that you can fill in and then you can get your brand started. So the very first one is, what is your mission? Describe in 1 or 2 sentences why you do what you do and the impact you want to have. And here you can just go and you can put in a couple of sentences, 1 or 2 sentences answering those questions. And then if you're not sure exactly whether it's right or whether it's articulated correctly or whatever, then you can just go and say, ask AI. I wonder if you can say something in Afrikaans. Wait, let me just see. Describe 1 or 2 sentences why you do what you do. Ek was moeg, siek en sat om arm te wees. So toe besluit ek om te kyk vir enige ander geleenthede en netwerkbemarking is toe die antwoord. So now what I can do is gee hierdie vir my asseblief in Engels. Ask AI. There we go. Empowering individuals to break free from financial constraints through network marketing opportunities. Well, I think it left out the sick and sut part. But in any case, if you like the response that it gives you, then all you do is you go and you just say, use this suggestion, and it will take that and it will move it up to the editing section. And from here, you can now go and you can change it further or whatever you want to. After being tired of struggling at month end, I decided to start building an extra income using network marketing. Full stop. Let's see if it will add that to it. Ah, it just sticks with the one thing. I wonder why it does that. I'll have to look at that. It's just sticking to the one. But in any case, you can then go and change it. I think it's because it's remembering what I said in the past. But let me go have a look at that. Empowering individuals to break free from, but you can change it however you want to afterwards, and then you can just say save. Then go on to the next section. Another question, share a brief story. And this is where you share your life story. Seeing others making it in network marketing, or because you love the camaraderie, or because you have seen um, how leverage and being able to duplicate your efforts into others. You've seen how that can empower you and others in network marketing. You've decided to go with it. Whatever you want to say, you say it in there, you ask AI. Whatever it comes back, you can then just use the suggestion, pop it into the edit field, and then you can just go and edit it over there. The next question is briefly describe what it is you offer and how do people succeed or solve problems. So this is basically your product or your service that you do. You can just put that in there, and then that will also then help you articulate whatever you put in there with regards to your product or your services. Okay. Those are basically all the questions that it asks with regards to building your brand. Once you've got all of that in, the system has a very good idea of what it is you do, why you do it, and what your story is. And those things are important with regards to building your brand. The last thing that you need to put in is what type of tone do you want to give in your brand? Do you want to be professional, friendly, warm, inviting, sophisticated? So any one of those words you can use and you can just put it in here. So then the system will know, okay, whenever it needs to create content for you for social media, then it must use a professional tone, or it must use a sophisticated tone, or a friendly tone, or a tone with a little bit of a sense of humor, something like that. So that is what you can put in there. Then this will then create your bio. You can then just put in whatever you need to, get AI assistance, and then it will create a bio for you. Once you click on that, it'll take your information that you've put in, and then it will just add and create a bio for you. Once you're done, you can also just populate your edit field with whatever it has come back with, the result, and then you can just edit it, whatever you want to with it. There's the edit button. Edit it in there, and then if you go to preview, you will see that this is your bio section. So when you start off, like for example, if we see in Charmaine's, hers doesn't have a bio section. It is blank at the top. It just immediately starts off with the content section. And then once you've got that, that basically just sets up the bare minimum in the beginning. Let's just see what is next. Next is just some training videos. Okay, awesome. So then you will see that over here, all those fields will be ticked and you will have all of them done. Once you've got all of them done, what you do then is you go onto menu. You go down to My Network Marketing Companies. Click on that. And then you type in your network marketing company, and all you guys are Livegood. So you will choose Livegood. Once you have chosen Livegood, okay, it says that mine is already in the list. It is important that you go and find it. I'm just testing a whole bunch here. In the settings, you have to put in your referral URL. Okay, so you put in your Livegood URL over there. It's very important that you put in your correct URL because the system also uses that part over there to build other buttons on your business page. Save the settings, go back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now how to load that default page. So then you click on load default page. You see that button right there. That button will not be blue, it'll be grayed out if you have not yet put in your referral code or your referral URL. So what you do is you just click on that. It'll ask you two questions. Append means that it's going to add to whatever you already have on your page. So if you have two network marketing companies, then what you will do is you will add to the first one that you have. So you'll first build your default one, your primary one. So if it is your primary one, your first one, then you will say replace. So replace the current content and continue. Let me show you what that looks like. If I go into my ONEfourMe page, you see over there it says Livegood, and it's got all of these Livegood buttons, and it generated these buttons using my URL, my Livegood referral URL. Okay, so it's important to put in your correct one in there, and then it generates all of the rest of these buttons using that. And then at the bottom, it'll create these contact keys or these contact buttons for people to get in touch with you. And right at the bottom, oh yes, and there will be your social media links as well. When you change your default page, there are four things that will never change. It'll always stay the same. It is your profile picture. It is your bio over here. All your colors and your social media buttons at the bottom here. Those things will never change. They will always stay the same. Okay. So now let's say, for example, I am part of Legacy Builder. So now what I do is I load Legacy Builder. I will go up here. I've already got it loaded, but I want to show you again. I will search for Legacy Builder. I will click on it. It'll add it to my list. I will then go to Legacy Builder, put in my settings. Now, Legacy Builder, I don't have one there for it. I'll just put that in just so that it can activate the load default page button. But it's important that you put the right information in there. Load default page button. I'm not going to replace what I currently have. I'm going to append to it. So I'm going to add to it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it on append. Continue. Then you will see, if I refresh this page, what it will do is it'll keep my Livegood details at the top, but then it will add the Legacy Builder program below that. Okay. So there you see how it appends the one below the other one. If I now go and, you can do absolutely, these are all the default pages that I have. Obviously, I've got one for ONEfourMe. I've got one for Acorn Kids, Affiliate Mentor, Herbalife, Kaya Connect, Legacy Builder, Livegood, Save Club, and I think, let me just see. Oh no, I don't think I've got one for Bitcoin Wise. Let me just see here. Let me just put something in here. I don't think I've got one for them. HTTPS column. I think I'm busy building this one. Just want to put something in there. Save. Back. No, I don't. So did you see I put in the settings, I put in my URL link. And then even after putting that in, if this button is still grayed out, then it means there is not a default page for that one at that time. Okay, so, but I'm building default pages all the time. I'm busy putting things together, building default pages. So, if there are any that you think that isn't there that I should be building, then suggest them, and then we can have a look at doing that. But that is as easy as what it is to load a default page. Charmaine or Collect, do you have any questions? Is there anywhere there where you probably don't understand or any questions that you might have. See, we have a couple of new people on. Taskima, Victor, Winnie, and Zenobia. Welcome. Welcome to our training tonight. Do you have anything there? You can just say in the chat whether you have any questions before I go on to the next section, because this is actually very, very easy to set up. Once you've gone through in the front section, yeah, I'll just go through it quickly. You go to the setup section. In the setup section, you click start and you just work through all of these sections. You just work through it. Answer the questions, go through it, and then once all of that is set up, click on menu, click on my network companies, search for your network marketing company. Okay. Then go and make sure that you put in your URL, your referral URL. Once you've got your referral URL in, then you just say load default page, replace if it's the first time, if it's your secondary business, so you've already loaded your primary, then you will append. If it's your primary one, you will replace the content there is at the moment. And then once that is in, there we go. Then you can start working on that. Okay. Let's see. Charmaine, you can unmute yourself and then you can ask a question. Colette, I'm busy working through all of that. Fantastic. Yes, Charmaine.
Hi, Neil. My question is, when you went onto ONEfourMe, I couldn't go there. The only way that I can go there is if I go onto my WhatsApp and then there is a link that I have to click to take me to ONEfourMe. Is there an easier way for me just to get onto ONEfourMe? You
Okay,
understand
that's a
my
good,
question?
yes. So that's a good question. So what I will suggest is, so to get into ONEfourMe, it is actually very, very easy. If you know that address there at the top, you will see there ONEfourMe. Let me just log out of here. I can always log back
Okay.
in. So if you see at the top there, it says ONEfourMe. If I type in onefour.me into your web browser, and I would suggest that you use Chrome. On some of the Oppos and the Honors, they use different web browsers. They don't have all the features that Chrome has. And Chrome uses a lot of the latest features with regards to in their browsers. And it just sometimes I have found that people struggle a little bit with a couple of things when they use a default browser. But as soon as they use Chrome, then everything works like a charm. If you've got an Apple phone, then Apple should also just work easily. What phone do you have? Do you have an Android phone or do you have a Apple phone?
It's an Android phone.
Okay. So just use the Chrome browser, your Chrome browser. I'm sure it is on there if you've got Android. Then you just use
Yes,
the
it is on
right
here.
at the top. You type in onefour.me,
Yeah.
and then if you are logged in already, it will just go automatically to your backend. If you're not logged in yet, then it will go to the welcome page. If you are on the
Okay.
welcome page, then all you do is you just click on the menu button at the top right and you say
Yeah.
user login.
Okay. I actually went onto my laptop and I am there now. Thanks so much.
Oh, you already logged into the backend?
No, no, no. It's on my laptop. I just captured ONEfourMe and I'm
Yes.
onto the page that says get started now.
So you're on that one. Okay, so now on the
Yeah,
top,
it's on my laptop.
that's perfectly fine. On the top, click on the menu button over there at the top right
Yeah,
menu button, then user
yeah,
login.
yeah.
And then I don't know if you remember your
It's
password
ask.
that you use. Okay, no, no, don't say it. Don't say
I
it.
think you told it. I think you told me. Yeah.
Okay, just put in your username, which is Shams B. You put in your username there, and then you put in your
Yeah.
password underneath that,
Okay.
and then log in. If you have forgotten your password, you just click on Forgot Password. You put in the email
Yeah.
address that is registered on the system, and then it will
Yeah.
send you a reset link. Did it log in?
No, I didn't. I actually have all the passwords on my WhatsApp. So when I'm done here, I'll go have a look. But
Okay,
I'm
no
fine.
problem.
I'll work through it.
Okay,
Thank you.
fantastic. So, but there we go. That's a good question, and we worked through that, and we were able to answer that. Like I said today, every answered question teaches someone something else. So, okay, so we've got that set up. You've got your default page set up by using network marketing companies. Yours will obviously not look as busy as this one does. Then, once you've got that set up and you now want to go and you want to change things, personalize your page a little bit. So, what I would suggest is some of you who do not have a page, this is the point where you need to just get to. Okay. So, anything further on from here, you don't have to pay too much attention. You can go and look at the training afterwards. And we've got some extensive training as well on this. But once you've got a business page set up and you want to change it a little bit, you want to put in a little bit more detail, so then what I suggest is what you do is, well, this is what you do. You go to business page setup, right underneath home in the menu, business page setup. This takes you to the individual blocks that are displayed on your business page. So you will see that this business page is made up of all of this, but each one of these sections is a block. So that little line over there is a block. This wording over here is a block. This image is a block. Then you got another line that is another block. All of these buttons are individual blocks set up that makes up your individual page. Okay? So when you go into business page setup, you actually see the blocks that makes up your page. And from there, you can go and you can change them. These little arrow buttons, the green and red arrow buttons, that changes the sequence in which they follow. So what you can do is if I go and I move this little line one down, and remember, everything is live. As I make these changes, it is live. If I refresh this page, you see that that little line is underneath that text field now, and it is above the picture field. You see that over here? That is what happened over here. So that line, the horizontal line, is above the picture field, but underneath the text field. Do you see that there? And that is as easy as it is to change your page. If I want, if I want to, if I, anything, if you want to delete one of these, it's that X button over there. It's going to ask you, are you sure? So then what I can do is I can just go and I can delete. Let's delete the email field. Then it says, are you sure? I say, okay. It deletes it. If I refresh this page, you will see right at the bottom, there's no email field anymore. Okay. How do you add blocks to your page? Now, the system has a little small plus button in the bottom right corner. If you click on that, it asks you, what type of block do you want to build onto your page now? You can do a URL. So, in other words, anything that has an internet address, a URL, you can add as a link on your page. Anything, absolutely anything that has a URL. The second one is an image. So you can add an image. Now, what I suggest is maybe you go and you can play around with some images before you upload them. Because if you play around with the images, you can actually make it look very, very nice. You can add plain text. You can upload a PDF if you want to give a free PDF handout. You can upload it there. When people click on the PDF, they will actually see it and then they'll be able to download your PDF. A horizontal line. Remember, I showed you what a horizontal line is. You can also go and you can add a WhatsApp link that automatically adds a link that says WhatsApp me. And I deleted an email link. So let me add an email link. It takes my email that is already in the system and then it goes and it adds a link to it. You see right at the bottom. Every single block that you add, it adds to the bottom. And then all you need to do is just move it into the correct place. So that one was right at the bottom. If you go and preview the page, you will see the email is right at the bottom. If I go and I move it one up and preview the page, there it is now in place again. So and then I can add, let me add another text, just some plain text. I can say, um, ready to join, click below. Okay, save that. So that's a plain text that it put over there. I can move it one up just above this button over here, this link over here. So if I now go and have a look at my business page, you will see the text there, ready to join, and then with the join now, register here button below that. And that is as simple as it is to go and make changes to your page, to add pictures, to add buttons, to add little horizontal lines, just to create sections on your page, all of that. Okay. It is as easy as that. I'm not going to go into too much detail in that. I think that gives you a good indication of just getting started on changing. This little I button at the bottom here, if you click on that, it gives you a live preview of your changes. So you don't have to have another page open or whatever. If you've got it on your phone, you're viewing your page on your phone while you're making changes. As you make a change, you just refresh your phone and you can see the changes directly on your phone as you make those changes. Sometimes the coloring, the photos, the images look a little bit different on your phone than what it does on a computer screen. But you can also do these changes on your phone. Easy peasy. Okay. I think that is about it. Like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail of that, but with those two components, loading your default page. Once you've got your default page loaded and you've got that set up, then you can come into this here menu, business page setup. Business page setup takes you to the individual blocks that your page is made up of, and then you can just go and change it there. Okay, is that it? So I'm going to stop with that for tonight. I think that is quite a lot of information that you can take home, that you can use and go and build your pages. If you want to, just WhatsApp me your page's URL, and then let me have a look at it if you want me to give you a little bit of information or feedback or whatever, what you can change. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask anytime. Every question that you ask will answer a whole bunch of people as well at the same time. But there we go, guys. Do you have any questions? Let me just see here. Adele, today I was talking to a lady about Livegood and she does catering and real estate as well. Could she include those as two? Yes, absolutely. I've built pages for a lot of different industries, for people who do baking and sells their cakes and cupcakes and stuff like that. I've built pages for photographers. I've built pages for people who do personal training. So they can absolutely add their information on their page, as they want to go around. We just built one the other day for Chardonnay. She wanted her beautician on, So her salon, we put that, and then right at the bottom, she has, interested in making some extra money or interested in my other opportunities, and then she has links to her business pages as well. Charmaine, you had a question?
Um, yeah, thanks, Neil. Just my last question. How will we access the recording, please?
Okay. Charmaine, are you in any of what WhatsApp groups are you in? Are you in our WhatsApp channel and our WhatsApp group? I've got a WhatsApp channel and I've got a WhatsApp group.
I think I'm in the WhatsApp group where I got the link this evening.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll share a link. I'll share the links to all our platforms, and then and part of that is my YouTube channel as well. And then you'll be able to find all of these training in the YouTube channel. You'll see the latest ones will be there for you to be able to click on and go and watch. So it'll be available there.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Neil.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. Okay, guys, if there's no further questions, thank you for your time. Thank you very much. Had a good evening. And
Thanks, Neil,
thanks
very much.
for your question.
Great.
Thanks, Adele. All the best.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Colette.
you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye,
Charmaine.
everybody.
Take care. Bye bye. Good night, Rachel.